Hi all, I'm Waldemar. Welcome to chessadelic.com. We're going to have a look at a game between Ivanchuk and Jean that was played in the third round of the MSO Masters Chess Tournament, Sofia, Bulgaria 2008. This is the second video in a series of about four consecutive wins that Ivanchuk managed in rounds 2 until 5. Okay, let's have a look. Ivanchuk was playing white, and he played knight f3, knight f6, c4, c6, c3, d5, and now e3. If Ivanchuk would have played d2, d4, it would have been a proper Slav. Now a6 was played, and Ivanchuk continues with queen c2. This could be intended to try and prevent the bishop from coming out to f5. Bourgeois continues with b7, b5, attacking the c-pawn. Ivanchuk protects his c-pawn, b2, b3, and now Bourgeois plays an inaccuracy. He plays bishop g4, and it's logical that he put it on g4 in the sense that he cannot put it on f5, where it would be taken by white's queen. But it's not so logical to put your bishop there, because the knight on f3 is not really pinned, since the queen on d1 has moved away to c2. This means that the white knight simply can move and attack the bishop. That's what Ivanchuk played, knight e5, now attacking the bishop. And he now has the strategic threat of gaining the bishop pair. Now, according to Rybka, it would have been best to move back with the bishop and just admit that bishop g4 was not the best. And then after a move like bishop b2, white would have maintained a very nice opening advantage. However, after knight e5, Bourgeois played bishop h5, and that is a tactical mistake which leads to immediate loss of the game. Now Ivanchuk saw his opportunity and he played c takes b5. Now, in order to prevent what was coming in the game, you might think, what happens if I don't recapture now on b5 but play queen c7 instead to attack white's knight? Then white would, maybe quite surprisingly, play b takes c6. And if you now take the knight on e5, then there would follow the amazing knight b5. And the idea of knight b5 is simply to open up the c-file for the white queen to support the c-pawn for promotion. Now, there could follow queen takes a1, but then after c7 it becomes clear that black is in trouble. If he tries to save his knight and prevents promotion, let's say by means of knight b d7, then there would be promotion, rook takes queen, and queen takes rook is mate. Okay, there's also another option after knight b5. Black could try to play a takes b, but also c7 would be winning then. Black would be forced to give up his queen in order to stave off the mate, but after queen takes c7, white is simply winning, of course. Okay, so that's why he didn't play queen c7 in between, but recaptured on c takes b5. But now comes the point. Ivanchuk can now sacrifice his bishop on b5. Bourgeois felt obliged to recapture the bishop, and after knight b5 it becomes clear that both white knights that are so strongly placed here on the 5th ring are very menacing to black's position. The main threat at the moment is of course to play knight c7 check, which would lose black the queen. Okay, now Bourgeois played e7, e6 in this position. Let's see what would have happened if he tried to prevent against the threat on c7 by playing knight a6, for instance, which protects the c7 square. Then there would follow queen c6, knight d7, knight d7, and now it becomes apparent that this is also not working for black, because now he's forced to take this knight, but then he loses the rook in the corner. Now there's only one move, queen d8, and after queen takes a6, white is simply winning. He's up a load of material. Okay, so let's return to the game. After e6, Ivanchuk played knight c7, and then Bouzangji was forced to give up the castle. And then after knight takes a8, it's become apparent that white has a winning position, and Ivanchuk managed to win it in the end. Okay, that brings us to the end of this short video. I hope to see you for Ivanchuk's next win. Thank you.